Hey guys, it's me, Halloween Dan. And yeah, you might be wondering from the title of this video, Dan, are you okay?
Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Because this video could potentially be one of my most controversial ever, and that's probably saying something. But don't worry guys, it's also very clickbaity. Sorry in advance. But there is a serious topic here. A very serious topic. If you're into Halloween. And it's something that's been playing on my mind, and I think quite a lot of this community's mind for a while now. I've sort of talked about it a couple of times, but not properly. But today I'm going to address the elephant that's in the room. And we're going to ask the question, has the Halloween bubble burst? Let's find out. So some of you are going to be reading that title and looking at this video and going, what the heck, Dan? What the actual heck? What the heck is this thing? And that's fine, calm down, don't worry. We'll get through this together. Some of you, though, are going to be thinking, I think I know what you're vaguely talking about, but I'm not 100% sure, and that's okay too. We're going to go through this. This could be long-winded, but stay with me. This is something I have been thinking about for a while. I can't talk for others. I know that my friend Scaredad has been talking about this too, or thinking this too. And the evidence to back up the statement is out there. You just have to know how to read between the lines. But before we go too far down this rabbit hole, I think I have to make a clarification. I don't think the bubble's bursting. I don't think Halloween is going anywhere anytime soon. In fact, Halloween is safe, completely safe. Don't worry guys, I'm not going anywhere, Halloween's not going anywhere. Straight away. There we go, straight out the gate. So what the hell am I talking about then? What the hell is this? This is something that I think has been building for maybe a year, maybe a little less than a year, but it's certainly something that I felt towards the back end of last year, and it was something that I noticed in my own comments, in other people's videos, in other people's comments of their videos. It's just a general attitude that I have become aware of. And for further clarification, I think I have to zone in on the part of the Halloween community that I'm talking about. When I say Halloween community, that's an umbrella term. That means anyone who likes Halloween. It can be your grandma who carves a pumpkin. It can be the teacher who lets you decorate the classroom. And if you're watching my channel and you like Halloween stuff, then guess what? You're in the gang. By liking Halloween, you are an official member of the Halloween community. Hello, welcome.
Welcome to Halloween.
Thanks for coming. But the Haunter community, which is a phrase I actually use interchangeably with Halloween community, is actually something very different. It's actually something more specific, which I'm sure many of you will have figured out. It's people who do haunts. Shock. I do a haunt. It's a small scale haunt, but I do one. If you do any kind of a display, you buy props and you display them for the community to see, you're a haunter. Welcome to that community too. But it's this little corner of the Halloween world that I think is having like a little miniature existential crisis. It's not bubbled to the surface yet, and that's why I'm asking the question, has the bubble popped? It hasn't maybe burst yet, it might just be nearly bursting. I don't know, I'm asking the question. But here's why I feel that maybe it has. The first problem, first world problems, these are massive first world problems, but the first problem is something I've talked about before, and I think it definitely started to have its effect last year, and I heard it a lot more from people, and that's that things are just being revealed too damn soon. Now I know as a YouTuber who reveals things to people all the time and talks about props that have been revealed, that's kind of ironic for me to say that. Yet it's not me that's actually breaking any of this news, I'm just talking about things that have already been revealed. So it's the wider community and the firms themselves revealing this stuff really early in the season that's maybe having this effect. As a YouTuber, I love the fact that things are getting revealed early. It gives me plenty to talk about. But there is something in that element of surprise, that thing of waiting till Halloween and not fully knowing exactly what's going to hit the shelves. That element of surprise in the last few years, and particularly last year and possibly even this year, has definitely been removed. There's barely anything by the time we get to October that we didn't know was going to be on the shelves. Nothing surprises us with this anymore. We know everything. We know too much.
Yo, he know too much. I can't do this.
And I've spoken about in my own videos how that element of surprise has kind of, with it being taken away, it's had a saddening effect upon the community as a whole. I've certainly felt it, and I know others have too. It's like that kid who discovers the stash of Christmas presents about a month before Christmas, and instead of pretending they haven't seen it, rips into them and to find out what they've got for Christmas. It's great that they now know, woo, I got the game station I wanted. But now the surprise is ruined. And by the time they get to Christmas, they already know what they're getting, and that whole element of surprise and the fun, the actual point of bothering to wrap a present, has already been taken away from them. And I think that just that little thing of that element of surprise and things being left to the imagination, being removed as early as it is throughout the year, does add to this growing sense of meh around stuff, which I definitely felt. I felt it last year, I feel it a bit this year, where I'm feeling a bit meh about the things that are revealed and things that are coming out, because it's too early, it's too much too soon. Sometimes it's fun to not know, but that isn't the only thing. And I think one of the things that's causing the biggest headaches for the Haunter community is that the props themselves are now heavily critiqued. And I think that as a community, our expectations of what can actually be made have gone too stratospherically high. Last year, I was quite critical of Spirit Halloween. Now, we don't even get Spirit Halloween in the UK, so who am I to judge, right? But I looked at that lineup, and there wasn't a lot there that I thought was particularly good, and I critiqued it. Several others did too. But the sad part about that is, and looking back and thinking about it, is that actually that lineup wasn't that bad. There was actually quite a lot there that was quite good. And I think the biggest problem we as a community now face is that our expectations have been lifted so high that even good things don't appear to be that good anymore. And I think the biggest culprit here is Home Depot. For the last 4 or 5 years, Home Depot have smashed it. Every season they've come out with huge, massive, innovative things. Lethal Lily, Frankenstein's Monster, 12-foot Skelly, you name it. They have just completely and utterly shattered our expectations of what is a realistically and affordable prop that we can buy in a store. They just have. It's completely blown the Halloween community's mind. When I first started this channel and was talking about props, most props just went, or just did this. Not even any arm movement. And I was mind blown by them. I thought they were incredible. But then Home Depot came along and they've completely changed our expectations. They have smashed it again and again and again. And because of that, I think our expectations have been so unrealistically heightened. We're expecting some incredible innovation year after year after year, that when it doesn't happen, when we just see more of the same, we go, well, what a load of crap. And I'm guilty of it. And many other YouTubers are guilty of it too. And sometimes I just have to reel myself back and go, actually, these things are cool. This is a cool thing, right? I would like to have this in my haunt. I would like to have this in my house. It might not be the most advanced thing in the world. It might not be all singing or dancing. But it's still pretty cool and it's Halloweeny and I like it. That should be enough. Now, I'm not saying I'm never going to critique anything again. I definitely will. And there are criticisms to be made about certain lineups and certain props. There always will be. Not everything is for everybody. But I think sometimes just being overly negative about props and animatronics and things that maybe just are more simplistic. It's not that they're bad, it's just that they're more simplistic. Doesn't really help the community. Look at Home Depot this year as an example. We've just had all those awesome things revealed from the managers meeting, and it's split the community. I've heard it from a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people talk about how awesome the lineup is and how they're really excited by it all. But I've also heard a lot of people, probably more than ever, talk about how basic the lineup is and how it feels like a bit of a letdown, possibly even a step back for Home Depot. Mostly because the lineup doesn't have one of those props that's like Captain Cuts or Lethal Lily. It just seems to have a whole array of rather simplistic props, things that are just moving a bit and talking a bit, and they're on the more simplistic end of the scale compared to some past years. But in saying that, these things are still incredible. There's nothing in that lineup that I actually don't like. Everything has its place. Everything is pretty awesome. Yeah, it's not all singing or dancing, all of it, but you know what? It's still good. And just because it doesn't have that cool blinking action, it doesn't mean it's not a good prop, you know? And I think others sometimes have to remember that actually, these are just fun things for Halloween, and we should be really happy that we're seeing new ones, that we aren't just saying the same old thing again and again, that firms are actually bringing out things that are bigger and better and changing them and changing our idea of what these things can be. But possibly the biggest threat to the bubble bursting, and possibly the thing that's making the bubble burst the most, and this is the thing that worries me the most, are people like me. Sorry. I started my channel to talk about Halloween all year round. It's my favorite time of year. It's my favorite thing. So I love talking about it in all of its many aspects, props being one of them. But possibly me and YouTubers like me who talk about Halloween all year round are removing some of what makes Halloween special. We are being the kid that opens up everybody's presents for them before Christmas, revealing everything to everyone and leaving nothing to anyone's imagination, and maybe even contributing to certain things being popular or unpopular. I would hate to think that if you saw a prop revealed and you thought it was really good, and then I turned around and said, it's really not very good, I'd hate to think that would change your opinion of the prop or make you not want to buy it. Buy it. If you like it, regardless of what I say or what another YouTuber says, buy it. Have it. It's your hunt. It's your experience of Halloween. We don't all have to like the same thing. I'm just giving an opinion. But one of my biggest worries is that by talking about Halloween as often as I do, making a video a week, talking about all this stuff all the time, that maybe I am contributing to this bubble bursting, that maybe for some people it's just too much, too often, and they want some of this left to the imagination. Maybe they don't need to see as much of me and other YouTubers who talk about this stuff. I hope that's not true. I really do. Because I love talking about this stuff all year round, and I don't want to be contributing to a bubble bursting. And here's where I kind of break it down.
Break it down.
As I sort of said right from the start, I don't think the bubble's bursting. I'm just talking, I'm commenting, if you like, on a general feeling that I'm picking up on. The truth is that at least for me here in the UK, I feel Halloween is only getting bigger and better and more fun. I actually enjoy it more than I've ever enjoyed it. Last year had its moments that were stressful and kind of a bit highly pressured, but it was still an incredible year and I still really enjoyed it. And I'm really enjoying this year so far. I'm really excited for what I might be able to do in my haunt this year. I'm really excited about Halloween in general, just as I always am. That hasn't gone. And in truth, I don't think the bubble is bursting. I think the bubble's just changing shape. I think the community is changing. I think that over the next few years, we will see less of an importance put on the props and the animatronics that come out, and more of an importance in just developing haunts and displays and putting your own mark on things. Maybe we'll see more interest in the sort of home build side of things. Maybe we'll see more of an interest in slightly more simple, stripped back props and animatronics. I don't really know where the market's gonna go. I don't really know where this community's gonna go. But my honest opinion is that the bubble isn't bursting. and it's not going to burst anytime soon. And the challenge I'm going to put onto myself, I suppose, to try and make sure that that doesn't happen, is that I'm going to try and be less critical. I'm always going to critique things that I don't like, clowns, but I'm not going to be as critical as maybe I've been in the past. Maybe I'm going to try and be more open-minded to everything, because I want this holiday not only to do well, but to accelerate. I want to see more and more people joining this community and loving this community. I don't want to hear people falling out because one person said a prop was good and another person said a prop was bad. I don't want to be labeled as negative because I dare to critique something. I don't want that. I want a fun, happy place where we can share our interest in this really cool day of the year and just love it to death. So, because this was clickbait, my answer is no, the bubble isn't bursting. I just think the community is changing, and there's nothing wrong with change. But what's your opinion? Has this kind of taken you by surprise? Has this shocked you? Why am I talking about this? Or maybe you felt it. Maybe you have experienced this. Maybe you've even thought about this too. Let me know in the comments. I'm happy to hear you out. But for now, guys, I hope I haven't shaken anyone's foundations too much, and I'll leave you brooding on that question. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep it spooky. Bye.